Vitalica, light the way.
Hey everyone, I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for today's explainer. Today, we're taking an incredibly interactive focus on something we basically all carry, but literally rarely measure, which is the invisible burden of stress. So, grab a seat, get comfortable, and get ready to learn a little bit more about yourself. I mean, really, how much stress are you actually under right now? I'm inviting you to just hit pause on your fast-paced modern life for a few minutes, and truly, honestly consider your current mental well-being. Are you coasting, or are you secretly just running on fumes? Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. The invisible burden of stress. 2. Understanding the PSS. 3. Take the 10-question test. 4. Calculate your PSS score. 5. What your score means. And 6. Take control with Vitalica. Starting with Section 1, the invisible burden of stress. It's all about perception. You know, stress is a totally universal experience, but its impact is profoundly personal. I mean, two people can go through the exact same challenging event, right? But one person might feel completely overwhelmed while the other handles that exact same situation with relative ease. Why is that? Well, it's because stress isn't just about the external events happening to us. It's actually entirely about how we personally perceive and react to those events. Moving on to Section 2, understanding the PSS, your emotional check engine light. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about. The Perceived Stress Scale, or PSS for short, is this classic assessment tool created way back in 1983. It's designed specifically to measure how unpredictable, uncontrollable, and overwhelming your life felt over the past month. And unlike other tests that literally just count up life events, like moving or changing jobs, the PSS zeroes in entirely on your personal feelings. Its power has really stood the test of time. Before we jump into the actual test, I want this core philosophy to really sink in. It's not just what happens to us, but how we feel about it that truly matters. Definitely keep that in mind as we evaluate your last month. All right, Section 3, take the 10-question test. Grab a pen and paper. Okay, this is where I need you to actively participate. Go ahead and grab a pen and paper, or just open up the Notes app on your phone. Don't worry, you absolutely cannot fail this one. Let me clearly lay out the scoring options you're going to use for the upcoming questions. For each question, you'll write down a number from 0 to 4. 0 means never, 1 means almost never, 2 means sometimes, 3 is fairly often, and 4 is very often. Make sure you've got that scale ready to go. Now, just a quick rule before I reveal the questions. Please don't overthink it. Seriously, just go with your gut feeling. Respond honestly, respond quickly, and choose the response that feels like a fair estimate for how you felt over the past 30 days. Treat every single question distinctly. All right, here are the 10 questions. I'm going to guide you through them. Just write down your 0 to 4 score for each one. Number 1, in the last month, how often have you been upset because of something that happened unexpectedly? Number 2, how often have you felt that you were unable to control the important things in your life? Number 3, how often have you felt nervous and stressed? Number 4, how often have you felt confident about your ability to handle your personal problems? Number 5, how often have you felt that things were going your way? Okay, take a breath, we're halfway there. Number 6, how often have you found that you could not cope with all the things that you had to do? Number 7, how often have you been able to control irritations in your life? Number 8, how often have you felt that you were on top of things? Number 9, how often have you been angered because of things that happened that were out of your control? And finally, number 10, in the last month, how often have you felt that difficulties were piling up so high that you could not overcome them? Great job! Let's shift gears to Section 4, calculate your PSS score. Time to crunch the numbers. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we handle the data. You should have 10 numbers written down, right? So let's turn those raw answers into quantifiable data. In psychological assessments, to ensure consistent results, we use what's called a reversal score rule. This means we actually have to flip the scores for the questions that are phrased positively. So for questions 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 10, just keep your scores exactly as they are. But for questions 4, 5, 7, and 8, we are going to need to reverse them. Let's carefully walk through the exact math of that reversal rule together so no one gets left behind. And hey, if doing math right now just raised your stress level, don't panic, I've got you. Just look at your answers for questions 4, 5, 7, and 8 only. If you wrote down a 0, cross it out and make it a 4. If you chose a 1, your new score is a 3. If you chose a 2, well, that stays a 2. If you chose a 3, change it to a 1. And if you chose a 4, your new score is a 0. Go ahead and take a moment to adjust those 4 specific questions. So just to summarize those final calculation steps, you've applied the reversal rule to 4, 5, 7, and 8. You've kept the other 6 exactly the same. Now you're just going to simply add all 10 of those adjusted numbers together. This is going to give you your final PSS score, which will be a number somewhere between 0 and 40. And remember, a higher final number indicates a higher level of perceived stress. Section 5. What your score means. Interpreting your results. Got your number? Okay, let's see where you fall on the spectrum. If your total score is between 0 and 13, you're in the low stress range. Basically, this means that while you certainly encounter typical life challenges, who doesn't, right? You generally perceive them as manageable and you feel fundamentally in control of your situation. Now, if you scored between 14 and 26, you fall into the moderate stress category. This indicates you're likely feeling a pretty significant amount of emotional pressure right now. If you're in this range, it's a really good time to start looking at ways to improve your daily coping mechanisms and actively manage those stressors. If your score is between 27 and 40, this is the high stress range. This signals a substantial amount of perceived stress. And frankly, it's probably taking a heavy toll on your physical and emotional health. Listen, this score is a strong, urgent signal that you really need to prioritize self-care and strongly consider seeking some professional support. Now, I have to give an important disclaimer here. The PSS is a self-assessment. It's not a definitive diagnostic tool. It absolutely shouldn't be used to determine a medical treatment plan. But I love this metaphor from our source material. It is basically a check engine light for your emotional health. It's a powerful starting point for awareness, not a diagnosis. Let's move to Section 6 and see how this builds into real change. Take control with Vitalica, from burden to action. Because, let's be honest, knowing your score is just the beginning, right? Taking action is what actually changes your life. Once we are aware of chronic, unmanaged stress, there are 3 really powerful, proactive steps we can take. First, recognize your triggers. Use your reflections from the test we just took to pinpoint what exactly was upsetting you this past month. Second, practice self-care, whether that's exercise, mindfulness, or just a hobby you love. And third, seek support. Please don't navigate it alone. Talk to friends, family, or professionals. If you're ready to take that next step, the Vitalica Mini app is an absolutely incredible companion tool for this journey. It allows you to seamlessly book appointments with healthcare providers, communicate directly with your doctors, and even join health-focused communities so you don't feel alone in this. Plus, you can easily track a variety of physical and mental health indicators right there in the app to get a comprehensive view of your well-being. It's a real game changer. So what does this all mean for you? I want to leave you with this final, provocative question. You now have the data. You've checked your emotional engine light. Will you stay unconsciously burdened by the stress of modern life, or will you use your new awareness to take mindful action today? The choice is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to take that next step for your health.